Hello and welcome to the third edition of Let's Do Lunch. I'm Ben and this handsome geezer is...
I'm Jack.
Hell yeah, that's Jack. How you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. You?
Yeah, all good. It's been a bit of a hectic morning. I was on dad duty this morning.
All right.
Which, by the way, for
You're
some
also,
reason...
refereeing for the NFL?
Mate, I'm refereeing this live video. That's what it is. Someone's got to keep you under control. Yellow card.
Good. Looking good.
I was on dad duty for the first time this morning, and for some reason, it's been the most busiest working morning since lockdown this morning, and it's been the morning that I've had to look after the two kids as well, which is brilliant. All before a live show.
Typical.
Yeah. Typical. But there are a few things we need to do today. We've got the Digital Beans 90-second tip. We've got Puggy Smalls, the viral sensation that is the most loved pug on the internet. He is going to be on this show. Jack, have you ever interviewed a dog before?
Never in my life, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm always open to new experiences.
Yeah, well, there we go. And this is certainly going to be one. His owner, Nick, obviously is going to be here to mediate because Nick talks dog. So there we go.
Translate, yeah?
That's going to be handy, right? Lisa Carlson from Canterbury Bid is going to be talking about the helpless out there for local businesses as well a little bit later on. And of course, we've got another challenge. Jack, make sure you smash that subscribe button. We've got all that to come, and this is what we do every Tuesday and Thursday at midday. We take lunch together, and we bring that lunchtime office environment to you at home during lockdown. Sorry, now's the time to take a break. This is what we should have called the show, Lunchdown. Instead of lockdown, it's lunch and lockdown, lunchdown.
Ah, you got it. Too late.
Why didn't we come up with these good ideas? There is one thing I do want to talk to you about, and you're going to find this hilarious.
Okay.
Because I did. So I was watching Good Morning Britain the other day, and well, I don't know. I literally don't know why I do that to myself, but I did. Piers Morgan wasn't on it, so it was great. And I saw these two video clips. They were talking about wearing masks in public, which may become reality when lockdown finishes for all of us. And they showed these two video clips of people wearing masks. And I want to play you this first one, which absolutely left me in just rolling on the floor with laughter. So there's this lady in America who has decided to cut a hole in her mask and wear it in public. Check this out.
Where'd you get that mask from?
Well, if it makes it harder to breathe, this makes it a lot easier to breathe.
Cutting it? I'll do that too.
So she found it hard to breathe in her mouth, in her mask, so she cut a hole in it.
A hole in it. Brilliant.
So that it was more comfortable.
Brilliant.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Oh. There's so much to say, but there's just so little point in saying any of it.
Well, let's see if you can summarize this clip up. Now, this is the Belgium Minister of Justice, Cohen Geens, who is putting on a face mask here for the first time. Are you ready for this? I don't know if there's any audio with this. I mean,
he looks like he's trying to put on a pair of goggles.
What are you doing?
Goggles on when you go swimming. You like stick them on your head, pull it back, and then bring them down.
It just reminded me of I don't know how much of a football fan you are, Jack, but once upon a time, Mario Balotelli, the footballer, was really struggling. It was a meme to put the bib on during training.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's like it's the easiest thing to put on in the world. Like, how can you not put a face mask on?
Okay, right. I'm with you all the way, and I get it. But imagine being that guy in that high position of power, having to turn up to public events. I mean, you must get used to it over the years, but still, it must be like, I'd be nervous. And you do make silly mistakes when you're nervous. You do get confused and make yourself look like a right turkey.
As you do on this show quite a lot.
Yeah.
There is one thing I did want to ask. How do you feel about wearing face masks?
I'm fine with it, I reckon. I've never worn one before.
No,
so I don't know how it feels.
And have you ordered any yet, just in case?
No, I haven't. No.
I've got to admit I have.
You have?
Yeah, there was a deal on Groupon for 10. So I ordered them. But also, the main reason why I ordered them was because they were there on Groupon on my front page, and Groupon were offering £10 free credit for any orders of £5 or more. So I just thought, there's nothing else I need right now. I might as well order a face mask to get £10 credit.
Yeah.
So I did. So yeah, but there is obviously a bigger picture in all this. It may come to reality that we all have to wear face masks. And the one piece of advice I'll give to anyone out there is just don't try and put it over your eyes and your nose, but leave your mouth exposed. Also, do not cut a hole in the middle of the face mask. It's just not going to help you.
No, or it's not going to help anyone else. It's not going to stop you from spreading it.
No, exactly. So, yeah, I thought they were hilarious, those clips. Anyway, let's move on with the show. Let's do the SMEs in Kent featured 5. And Jack, you can start number 1, mate.
Okay, so number 1, the PA Portal have a team of virtual PAs who are passionate, professional, and proactive. Founded by award-winning virtual PA Anne Reed, the PA Portal helps deliver all the tasks a traditional PA would. Book your free consultation online at thepaportal.co.uk.
The second business we want to shout out, Sally Marshall is a strategy and implementation coach. She's an author and speaker who also publishes a business magazine called Steer Your Business. Sally has just launched the Make It Happen Academy online, which is a great way to access coaching, support, tutorials, masterclasses, and more. Visit steeryourbusiness.com to book your place.
Nice. Number 3, Revitalise You Kent provides wellbeing treatments at work, including seated massage, Indian head massage, and reflexology, as well as display screen equipment assessments. Please visit their Facebook page for regular well-being hints and tips whilst we're all at home. Facebook.com/Revitalise You Kent. And the U is just a U.
You're good at reading out URLs, aren't you? Mary Eniolu, I'm good at reading out names, is a solicitor specialising in wills, probate, and lasting powers of attorney. She's happy to help anyone with those needs. Contact her online at DFS. No, it's not. It's not DFS.
Yeah. End Sunday.
It's dfsolicitors.co.uk.
Oh, I love that you got the URL wrong.
DFS pivoting during these times, and they've launched a soliciting service.
Love it.
Is
it buying out pay later?
Yeah. It's 0% APR for the next 12 months.
Okay, let's finish it off with number 5. Last week, Blake appeared on the show and hinted that a huge announcement about the City Sound project was coming. Over the weekend, it was announced that the event that was due to take place this weekend in Dane John Garden will now happen virtually. Happening this bank holiday weekend, Virtual Sound Project in the Park, a 2-day online festival featuring a packed 2-day program of music, poetry, and more. Check out facebook.com/CSP in the Park for more details.
I'm back in the game. If you want to be in our featured 5 on Thursday's show, just join our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/SMES Kent. That's SMES Kent. And look out for our post. All you've got to do is post in there promoting your business and we shall give you a shout out. Right, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Puggy Smalls on the way. Lisa Carlson as well from Canterbury Bid. Plus, Jack, you're taking the first ever Digital Beans 90-second tip today. So what's that all going to be about?
So today I'm going to... Okay, so there's a lot of people doing their own video content from home because at the moment it's the easiest way to get content quickly done and up on social media. I'm going to give people who've never done video content before just a few easy hints and tips on how to do that effectively and a couple of the pitfalls that you might fall into to avoid.
Now, there's one thing that I do want to ask. We keep literally hounding Pip because he can never keep to a 90-second tip. Do you think you can do all that within 90 seconds?
Okay, I will get all of it out in 90 seconds. However, I'm going to follow up with a post going into more detail because I don't expect people to sit there and take all of it in 90 seconds and then be like a video whiz. So
yeah, good shout.
I'm going to be fair.
We'll try and hit on some stuff as well in the pre-talk to try and make sure people get maximum information from your area of expertise, matey. We'll try our best anyway. Right, thank you guys for watching. And I think now's time to move on to our first guest, who I am so excited that is joining us. Jack is going to do the interview, but can I just tell you, Jack, I've known Puggy and Nick.
Challenge Jack.
Oh, yeah. Good point. Sorry, Puggy, you're going to have to wait. Who tells Puggy to wait? I've just had to tell Puggy to wait. We've got a smash out challenge, Jack. That's the most important part of the show. Sorry, Puggy.
There's a schedule written by this guy.
Yeah, I put the show plan together and I forgot all about it. So Challenge Jack, the last 2 challenges have ended up with Jack eating a raw onion and getting egg on his face. Quite literally last week, he was in a puddle of yolk. Once again, it's over to you to vote for what Jack has to do before the end of the show today. Now, Jack, Today's challenge, we're sticking with the eating theme, and for people to sort of, vote for what you have to do for the end of the show. It can be something disgusting, basically. But today's could hurt a little bit.
Yeah,
tell us the options.
All right then. So today I'm either going to be eating a raw finger chili, and yes, that is a real chili. It is a real chili, raw, or I will be drinking the juice of an entire lemon without diluting it, without any sweetener. It's just
you're just going to chop it up and squeeze it,
and there it is. That's the juice of lemon, pure raw lemon juice. So it's up to you guys. Do you want to see me burn my face off, or do you want to see me probably end up looking a bit like Puggy?
yeah, quite literally. You're going to destroy your insides drinking that. The amount of acidity, oh god, you're going to have acid reflux for ages. By the way, can I just point out the raw finger chili in general, finger chilies have a rating of between 10,000 and 100,000 on the Scoville heat scale for chili peppers. Now, just to put that into context, a jalapeno could be around 2,500 Scoville points, whatever it's called. So that chili there has the potential to be over 4 times the heat of a jalapeno. Good luck, Jack.
Don't forget, I really hate lemon.
Yeah.
Really hate lemon.
Really hate lemon. Lisa's already been on and said lemon. We're here from Lisa a bit later on. And Lisa, you can stay with us and watch Jack have to go through it as well. That's going to be fun. Right. Now, let me say, I've known I've known Puggy for a really long time. I've known Nick for a really long time. I'm so happy that they've agreed to be on this show. Puggy is the most adorable dog, and Nick is just a genius in the terms of the content that has come up with Puggy. But Jack, I know you're going to be talking to him for more information, so I'll hand this bit over to you, mate.
Okay, where are you, Puggy?
Do you want him in now? Should we do it now? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Whoosh! There he is.
Hey. How you doing?
Hey,
how you doing, Nick?
We're good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, really good, thank you. Loving the get-up.
Puggy's been eyeing up that lemon. He likes them.
You like my lemon?
Yeah.
Seriously. Well, if you know, I'm in Chatham, you're in Rochester. If he wants to do the challenge for me,
Do you want to do the challenge?
2 meters away.
No.
All right. I thought you were going to let me off then. I'm loving the get-up. What are we rocking today?
He's wearing his sportswear and his signature gold chain. He chose his outfit today, and because he's on a Zoom meeting, he's got no pants on.
Okay. Well, he's looking great. He's really cute.
No, thank you. He's looking at himself, I think. I think he thinks he's cute.
Well, that's all right. Nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? We've earned that. We've earned it. So can you tell us a little bit about Puggy rose to viral fame? What's the story behind it?
Maybe one of boredom. I had a page, and we made you put your pictures up of your dog, right? It's doing something cute, you put it up, and you might get 5 likes, and that's cool. But yeah, I chucked him in my job at the time, my office desk drawer, and pulled him out of it, and pretty much said how to de-stress at work. Pinged it over to my friend on Facebook, who pretty much pinged it onto his friends, and then overnight it was a 3-4 million viewed video. All the big pages were getting in touch, and then suddenly I realized, hold on, people like to see Puggy doing silly things. So we made more videos, and they were kind of pretty much just as popular, and that was over a couple of years ago. And now we do things just for my own entertainment. We do things for brands, and yeah, we just go with the flow now. And Puggy loves the attention.
Wow! So it's a true organic rise to influencer fame.
Yeah, and didn't really know the industry much at all. Always made little videos in my life. All my jobs in the past have been video related, but never thought they'd be shot on an iPhone and my little best friend.
That's great. The viral content during lockdown, you know, people, everyone, eyeballs are just on screens. Surely, have you found that? Have you seen a spike?
Yeah, absolutely. Relatable memes. So yeah, things that people can relate to while we're on lockdown. Trying to keep them lighthearted, nothing kind of too dank in there. They've been doing really, really well. They get shared around the place. We've had one video with 23 million views, which was Puggy just getting wrapped up as a gift in wrapping paper, and that boomed. And I think that's lots of people that can't send presents to each other are then tagging their friends into this video and saying, "Yo, if I could get to you, I'd get you this present." And yeah, it absolutely went out of control. But yeah, load more engagement, load more activity, and we've just got busier creating more content and more funny stuff.
But it's not just been about that, has it? You've been doing little high fives and shout outs and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, there's a website called Cameo, and people can book celebrities really just for a birthday message or a get well soon message. And we've always done them, but since lockdown, they've just been storming because of people can't give physical gifts to each other.
Yeah.
So Puggy's been doing high fives to cheer people up, the same kind of birthday messages. He's been doing high fives for health workers, NHS workers all over the world, really. And he dresses up in a superhero costume if it's for a doctor or a nurse that's on the front line. But yeah, the feel good factor is kind of getting sent absolutely everywhere. It's humbling, and Puggy's kind of really making people's day. But yeah, we're doing dozens per day.
Yeah,
which is lovely.
Doing his bit. What's the response been like?
Just amazing. Thank you messages coming in via Puggy's DMs on Instagram and Facebook. The ratings just coming through the Cameo app, just people absolutely in tears. Multiple bookings, which is interesting. People have been booking one, and then that's kind of started again a chain reaction for, you know what, that made me feel good. I'm going to send it on to a few other people. So we've kind of, the response time used to be 7 days because we've got the outside world to deal with. Now we've put our response time to 24 hours. People know that they're going to get a Puggy message really, really super quick. And it's wonderful to see it popping up on their social media, and yeah, just getting the feel good factor that I get from Puggy, but a little bit more virtually to these other people.
Wow. So if you're that busy, I mean, I've seen the videos and the pictures. How do you get him to cooperate? How do you get him to stay so still? And
this is him hyper right now. Right. He's a very chilled dog. As you can see behind me, I've got a platform with an iPad where I try to put the message on. As soon as he's sitting on there, he's in work mode, and I'm sure he plays up for the camera, so he gets into the zone. But he also gets lots of snackies. There you go, have a snacky, Puggy. So he's trained for the social media stardom.
Bless him. And I can see there's an array of outfits behind. Is that right? Is that
oh my gosh, yeah. So this is part of his wardrobe.
Let's have a look.
So we've got.
Are you in his wardrobe now? Is it a walk-in wardrobe? Is that what you got?
Yeah, pretty much. If I twist my computer screen, it's a whole room. And yeah, the walk-in wardrobe. Then he's got loads of drawers, and then I'm sat at my desk at the moment. And he's got everything from like hoodies and hype wear. He's got real Versace dog robes. That's probably our favorite item.
That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
That one thing is probably worth my whole wardrobe.
Yeah, exactly.
he's got his Darth Vader hat that you might have seen on yesterday's video. It's crazy. We've got everything. People send him so much stuff, which is really cool. Plus, we've got our online shop that sells a lot of the hype wear and stuff, which he wears every day as well. So people's dogs can dress as cool as Puggy Smalls.
Nice. What's his favorite outfit, do you reckon?
Definitely the gold chain, and I can't reach it right now, but he's got this Gucci jacket that you can sort of see the print if I point my finger there, that he wears in a lot of his videos, but he wanders around in that. But in wintertime, he's often wearing a Pour Vinci or Papreme hoodie over his harness, which is cool.
Have you ever had any issues getting him into an outfit? Is there anything he wasn't keen on?
No, I'm a bit careful really. If there's anything that is going to upset him, I won't do it.
Okay.
But yeah, the Darth Vader outfit yesterday, we had to kind of pad out the hat with toilet paper underneath it because it kept on having wardrobe malfunctions. But it was like a 4-item piece. It had the chest plate, it had the collar, it had a cape, it had the hat. So as long as he's remaining chill, we can get him in it. But once he's in it, he's happy. I think he knows he's going to get all the attention.
Do you take him out and about for walks in the kit, dressed up and stuff?
Sometimes. He was wearing a Superman cape the other day for a video to advertise a health product for dogs. And yeah, he went for a walk. He's in a Superman outfit. But I also had to don a Superman cape for the fun of the video. So we were walking around Kent countryside looking very, very Superman up.
That's a brave thing to do around Medway as well, I have to say.
Oh, totally. Yeah, yeah. Luckily, everyone's locked down.
I think it's so great how you embrace it as well, Nick. If it's all right with you, can we play one of Puggy's most recent popular videos? So this is the one that has got now 22.6 million views. This is Puggy being gift wrapped, and this honestly is incredible.
How cooperative he is. Oh, that's it.
I know, knowing
head tilt.
I was going to say, knowing Puggy, keeping him still for that long, that's an achievement in itself. That was incredible.
It was obviously cut up, but it was one take. But yeah, when he ripped out the paper, it was time to stop filming.
Oh, he just sat me off in there. Like, that's enough of that.
But yeah, they're a very good video.
I bet you get what kind of you've touched about like Versace and other stuff like that. I mean, are there a lot of brands that want to get involved and send you stuff to,
all the time? Yeah, it's lovely. Yeah, absolutely all the time. They get more posts than me. We've got my other dog Pop Sausage, he's got 30,000 followers on Instagram. So either the post comes for Pops and Puggy, or Puggy only, and it just fills up the house. But everything from human wear, like someone sent me the mug I'm drinking out of. They made a Puggy mug just to say hey to Puggy. But then we've got loads of clothing. Puggy advertises some of it. Others of it is just to send, knowing that Puggy's going to be kind of bimbling around in it, which is really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, post every day. We've had 3 or 4 parcels already this morning.
Really? What'd you get? Have you opened them yet?
We've got my partner has. I think we've got some Flora cleaning products. We've got some dog treats, and I think there's always a few hoodies that are heading Puggy's way. So I think we've got a couple of hoodies as well.
Right. You could have done like a Casey Neistat style opening the mail thing.
Yeah, I could have just said it wasn't well prepared. Everything's unwrapped.
You say you've been doing video shout outs during the lockdown, so the feel good feeling obviously very important for everybody at the moment. Is that something that I would say you're getting a lot of pleasure out of, but it must feel good to be giving that kind of a service, if you want to call it.
Yeah, totally. I think that's the thing. Everything I've done is because Puggy makes me feel so good. So everything it doesn't matter if it's a photo, a meme, or a video shout out, I do it for people to see my dog and get some joy from him. So yeah, seeing all these bookings come in, it's crazy. It's almost the first thing I do in the morning now, to see kind of what invites have come through from America. So yeah, the whole world are getting these videos. They feel awesome to do. Puggy enjoys them, and yeah, they're massively humbling. I'm super proud. I'll probably cut together a video of some of the best ones that aren't secret presents and stuff, just for people to see kind of what's happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's unreal. I'm very proud of it, and it's nice to use a massive social media audience for that reason. It's what a cool thing to do for people.
Absolutely. What can we expect to see for the future? Have you got anything exciting coming up we can hear about?
So I found a baby outfit company that fits Puggy perfectly. So you've got a lot of very bizarre dress up costumes that would be normally for a baby, but they're actually for Puggy coming up. So watch this space. Other than that, we'll keep the usual stuff, like the wrapping paper was just an idea that I wanted to do. So sometimes I wake up in the morning and then it's a silly idea that spawns from that. So it'll be a bit random, but also a lot more costumes to come.
Well, I can't wait. We'll look out for those. And thank you so much, Puggy, for coming on.
Look at him.
That's cool.
Gracing us with good presents.
Look how cute he is. Where can people find him, Nick?
So on all the platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, just at the Puggy Smalls, or via his website, puggysmalls.com, or if you want a video shout out, just go to cameo.com/the Puggy Smalls. But it's all on my website, so puggysmalls.com was probably the best way to get to it all. Thanks, guys.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Nick. Thank you for coming on, mate. Really appreciate it.
Stay safe, guys.
Stay safe.
See you.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye, Puggy. Bye, Nick. See you later. Oh, how lovely was that?
Yeah, man.
Is that like a lifelong ambition to interview a dog?
I've finally done it.
Well done, mate. Tick that to bucket list. You smashed it. Puggy's amazing. Nick is just an incredible content producer, and the creative ideas he comes up with Puggy is great. And having worked with Nick and been alongside Nick for so long, I've known him for ages, like literally anything Puggy isn't comfortable doing, doesn't do it. Like he just won't do it. But if anything Puggy does and he enjoys it and he is doing it, then why not make some great content? And that's what he's doing. And it puts a smile on so many people's faces. And Puggy's audience, by the way, it's not like followers, Jack. It's ridiculous. It's like Puggy has an army. Like he has such a loyal fan base of like 500,000 people. And it is crazy. And it's amazing to see that just such a little guy like Puggy, who obviously brings so much joy to Nick's life, brings so much joy to so many other people's as well. So massive shout out to Nick and Puggy.
Using it for such a good, using that sort of power and that audience, that influence for such a sort of good cause, that what people are sort of currently going through and everything.
Yeah, no, definitely. So shout out to those guys. Shout out to Nick, shout out to Puggy. Thank you for coming on, guys. Hit that subscribe button. Of course, you'll be able to see all this stuff chopped up on Singularly, and you'll be able to find out loads more tips and tricks on the Digital Beans YouTube channel. What I must just say, Jack, do you know I forgot to properly talk about Challenge Jack at the start of the show? Although we done it, I forgot initially to do it. I forgot to tell people to and go and vote in the poll. So if you want to vote for Jack before the end of the show and challenge Jack to either eat a finger chili, which is between 10 to 100,000 on the Scoville heat thing, table thing, chart, graph thing, or drink the juice of a lemon, all you've got to do is go to twist.com/digitalbeansuk. It's the same handle. Have we got an Instagram story up?
Yeah.
Oh, Digital Beans UK on Instagram, on Twitter. You can vote now for what Jack has to do before the end of the show, or put lemon or chili in the YouTube comments, in the live chat or in the Facebook live chat, and we will see. So far, lemon is winning, FYI. Yeah.
How many votes have we had?
We will see a bit later on, Jack. I'm not giving you any hinters because now is the time for you to give some hinters. We've rebranded Pip's 90-second tip to Digital Beans 90-second tip, so we can cover a whole range of subjects for you to spread our expertise a little bit further. So today, what me and Jack decided was that we would let Jack take over and do a 90-second tip. More for you, Jack. We've seen Pip struggle with this for so long. Mate, this show's all about you all the time anyway. Naturally. So what we thought we'd do is, a lot of businesses out there and individuals are creating content at the moment, and let's face it, they could do with some help at times, and other people are maybe putting a bit too much time into it. So I thought what would be good was for Jack to sort of bust some myths. And Jack, what you thought would be good is to spread some tips and some hinters on how to do some homemade video content.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, everyone's at home, everyone's still trying to create content and output that content, but maybe you've never done it before. Maybe you've just picked up your phone and started filming, which is great. Do it. Absolutely, totally encourage that. I would never ever criticize anybody for just having a go. I just want to give people just a few ideas and a few little hacks that will potentially just help them make that content, look that little bit better, sound that little bit better, and make them that little bit more proud of what they're doing, so that they can get the confidence to keep at it,
And let's face it, people can literally post video content to any platform now to market their business. It's a great way to market your business, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think it's probably, if not the best, definitely one of the best ways to get brand awareness. Yeah.
Yeah. No, 100%. So, Jack, I'm in control of the clock this time.
Okay.
So, Jack, you have 90 seconds.
Yeah.
And I know you've got quite a lot to say. So is there anything you want to say before I start the timer?
So before we start the timer, I just want to quickly say, I will zip through this stuff. You can always come back and watch this episode again, so that you can make notes, or you can hear what I'm saying again and put it into practice. But I'll put these notes in a post and I'll shove that on LinkedIn. I'll put it in the comments under this video and everything else, just so you've got it all. You don't have to like get it all in 90 seconds.
When you were saying now, I'll put the notes in a post, I was thinking you're actually going to send everyone a personalised letter with tips on how to do homemade video content. It's like, yeah, this is the new norm, guys. We're in lockdown. Let's just send out letters to everyone.
That is what I meant.
Oh.
No.
Yeah. Names and addresses in the comments, please. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Right, let's do 90 seconds, shall we, Jack?
Okay.
It's over to you, mate. Your time starts now.
All right then. So number one, equipment. Your phone is fine. If you've got a camera, great. But do not think I need to have this camera in order to start. Don't worry about it. Use your phone. Lighting. Try and use natural light wherever you can. If you can afford to buy yourself a little photography light, then great. Or if you've got a lamp, then great. Always make sure that your light source is in front of you and behind the camera, not behind you. If you've got a window behind you, Ben, then what will happen is that the camera will overexpose for the window and you will be in darkness. Third, audio. If possible, buy a cheap lapel mic like this. They're very good. They can plug into your phone. Really, really good. £15 on Amazon. Framing. Think about the shot. You don't want too much headroom. You don't want your head at the bottom like that. You don't want to be over in the corner. You want to be nice in the middle, head and shoulders, fill in the screen. Number 5, keep your content short, succinct, and straight to the point. That way, your message will come across quickly and clearly.
Mate, you've still got 38 seconds.
I've still got 38 seconds. I'm going to elaborate on a few of those things. I want to talk about the lighting thing first. Right, look at Ben. You see the window behind him? It's all blown out. It's too white and everything else. If he turned himself around and was facing that window, he would be nicely lit by the window and you wouldn't have a blown out light in the background. With the audio thing, I did mention these lapel mics. This is a Boya mic. You can pick this up from Amazon for 15 quid. They're really good, great quality. Your audio is very important. If you're too far away from your camera or your device like this, your voice is going to be too quiet and all the background noise is going to fill that space. So what you need to do, if you're not using a mic, is get as close to your device as possible.
Mate, well done. But I'm facing a window like you suggested and now people can't see me.
Yeah, but it's better for us.
Okay, are you sure? Shall I turn back now?
Please.
Cool. I don't want the joke to overrun itself. Do you know? I felt like that was perfect comedic timing.
Yeah, brilliant.
No, that was really good. I think it's so important elaborating on stuff like lighting, microphones, and bits and pieces like that. I also think, in terms of the content, obviously, it's massively important for you, though. Overall, if people had to take 1 point away, you hit on a few different pointers there. Obviously, what would you say is the most important to making sure a video just looks that little bit crisper, that little bit better?
Well, in terms of how it looks, I would say the lighting is the main issue. Make sure that whatever your light source is, whether it's a window, whether you're outside and it's the sun, make sure that the light source is behind the camera and in front of you. In other words, face the light source. Because if it's behind you, then you're going to be silhouetted. And there'll be no detail in your background at all.
And that is me told. Jack has been picking on me for my lighting situation since we started doing this show 2 weeks ago. So I think all he's trying to do here is re-push his message towards me that I need to change sides of where my desk is.
You're fine. It's only I want to see your pretty face.
Thank you, darling. Thank you. Should we get the guest on? We need to stop flirting on these shows. We need to get through it quicker. If we keep using this as a date between me and you, Jack, we're never going to be able to move quickly through this. We've only got an hour.
I don't flirt.
Please, let's stop. Lisa Carlson's with us from Canterbury Bid. Lisa Carlson is the Chief Executive Officer. I've been lucky enough to work with Lisa and her amazing team quite a bit over the past year. So I thought, what better get on than Lisa to talk a bit about what's happening now and the help out there. So hello, Lisa.
Hello. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can. We can hear you. You've got good lighting. What else?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good framing.
It's taken a while, because we've all been on so many of these Zoom calls, digital, whatever you're using. And this is the one small position that I think sort of works. And it's just lucky positioning in my house because I've got 2 children who are homeschooling, I hope. And then I've got a husband who's a professor who's lecturing in the living room. So this is it.
You're also spreading the love there with your framing because you've got a love heart behind you hanging down as well. So look at that.
Yeah.
Who needs a Zoom background when you've got props?
I know. I love the way that I'm being all like snotty about what your background should be like.
Yeah. Jack, I've always wanted to ask you this question. Sorry to take away a couple of minutes from this, Lisa, but what is that in the corner, which is like the white thing with the metal bit around the top? What is that?
The thing that looks like the size of a fridge freezer.
Yeah.
That is my boiler.
Right. Okay. Nice. I didn't know if it was a water heater. Like, I didn't know what it was. We've got an excursion boiler, or whatever it's called. Excursion boiler, something like that. Anyway, but that's in the bedroom. It's basically a thing like an emergency boiler which you turn on when the actual boiler's not working. Anyway, that is so boring.
Yeah.
That is so boring. Let's move on. Lisa.
Plumbing show.
Yeah, maybe that's next week's. We'll do a special on plumbing. Lisa, let's come over to you because at the moment, it's a really, really busy time. We know that Canterbury Bid have so many different ways that they're helping that community in Canterbury in terms of when a pandemic isn't happening. It's not just about helping businesses. You're also trying to look at tourism. You're also looking at, workers, employees within the city centre as well. But with one of your core missions being to help make Canterbury a bit more vibrant, profitable, well-connected and successful. What right now within Canterbury is the overriding emotion? How are businesses? How is everyone? And most importantly, how's that future sort of looking in context?
I think to answer that, it's probably the same for all of us. There are lots of mixed emotions, and this whole thing has been a roller coaster. And I think it's encouraging because, everyone acknowledges that. And we've all have different challenges in terms of how we're working, but it's been really hard. Hearing some of the stories of the struggles that businesses are going through, and at the same time also heartwarming to hear what people can do and how we can help support them, but also just the amazing creativity and innovation that we're seeing and resilience that we're seeing. And I think we've always had that, in Canterbury. So it's a real mix. And every day we're trying to help businesses get the financial support they need to promote the ones who can stay open. And we've been doing some of that work with you. Using My Canterbury and reaching out locally. There's a lot of love, for businesses right now, and so the support local message is really strong. We just have to keep going, and all of that has to keep happening. But I think number one is how we engage with businesses every day to find out what's the latest. The bounce back loans were just launched yesterday. So that's really significant, trying to get the cash grants out still, but certainly thinking about the future. Yeah. Absolutely thinking about the future and that kind of long recovery journey that we're all going to have to embark on.
I remember a conversation we had, I think it was just the day after we completely locked down, like the whole country basically locked down. And that conversation was about that. It was about the future. We weren't sat there dwelling on what was happening right now. Our whole conversation was about, well, how do we sort of twist and change things slightly and move those goalposts to make sure that businesses can still achieve their end goal, even in a state of crisis, which is, you've hit on it a few times with me, crisis management, as it is for so many businesses out there. How has that sort of overriding message gone down with businesses in Canterbury, and sort of how have those conversations sort of been from your point of view?
I mean, you're right, actually. That was a really inspiring session because you were already talking about some of the ideas you had, with your local DAP delivery and things. Rachel Sanders from Bow Concept was talking about doing virtual tours. I mean, it's amazing how quickly people adapt, and that's been, really, really inspiring. The crisis management had to be the right thing. It had to be the right thing to help businesses figure out what financial support was going to be available. And I'm sure we were all, listening to daily webinars, more webinars than we've ever listened to before. The 5 o'clock briefing, we were all absolutely tuned in and trying to find the latest information and get that out through all of our networks. But the response has been really encouraging as well. So, we used to engage in person mostly. I mean, we have our email and our social media and our website, and we would absolutely keep those things going. But for us, it used to be the much more the in-person engagement with our ambassadors out on the street, with a team, meeting with businesses every day and networking and training. And now it's all digital, lots of phone calls, lots of emails through different email networks. That's the interesting thing about this, is that there is now so much information out there, but we all respond to information more when it comes from someone we know, from a friend. So we've been working with as many networks as we can just to try and help, through our board of directors, who all, own and run businesses in the city centre, but through partners and suppliers we work with, like you guys, and just to make sure that everyone has someone they can talk to and engage with and get the help they need. I mean, you had Kaz on from Kent and Victor Chamber, and the Growth Hub has been really good as well. We've been on it as well, and just on their chat online and some phone calls. So just lots of people trying to figure this out as we go, and really a lot more response, over email, phone calls, and digital sessions than we've had in the past, because we all need to focus on this. We need to focus on collaboration, working together, and there have been a lot of new forms of collaboration as well, which is so encouraging.
And then a lot of businesses pivoting as well, which is obviously really inspiring when you see businesses changing things up. You said then about the virtual tours. That's just one way that businesses are still trying to operate, but also doing something a little bit different that you wouldn't necessarily maybe expect. Which is obviously really inspiring. I just want to pick up on something you said there about everything moving a little bit more obviously digital, because we can't do the face-to-face stuff, and the way businesses are having to run is slightly more digital as well, if they are running at all. Obviously a lot of talk at the moment is around the high street, as obviously it is, because as we know from loads of different studies that are done by so many different organisations, not just in Kent but up and down the UK, there are a number of high street stores, businesses, brands, companies, however you want to address them, who potentially, I don't think you can ever be ready for this, but certainly weren't ready for this because they don't know how to use digital means of even just communication. They don't have a digital presence for their brand, for their store, or anything like that. How have you found that in Canterbury particularly? Are there a number of stores who you feel like have now embraced it, or are there a number of stores that you are still slightly concerned of the lack of doing so?
Well, there's been a bit of a mix. Some have, for understandable reasons, retail and food and beverage in particular, have just decided to close for now. Yeah. And I would say we've seen a lot of social media and digital engagement with clients and customers. So even if they are closed, and even if they can't deliver products, still trying to engage with customers. And I think that's actually where some of our traders associations, the King's Mile, Cathedral Quarter, and the Castle Quarter has been getting up and running. That's where that comes in, really handy. So those businesses who are still open and haven't furloughed, almost all their staff, they can still do that engagement. And then there's been some who have taken the leap and started to trade more online, and some of them in the city centre using, your local delivery. So we just ordered tea from Lily's, which has been great. All of that has been, all of the existing and new delivery mechanisms, both for food and beverage and retail. And it's just helped. I think it's helped those of us, who live here to just be more aware of what's out there. But to answer your question, sorry, you know me, I can talk forever. I think there's still a ways to go, and I think people are still working how best to adapt. And there are lots of factors. So there's not necessarily one size fits all, but I think we need to keep going with this, because it's not going to be a quick road to recovery. It's going to be a journey that we're all on over the next year or so.
Yeah, no, definitely. And with that, as you say, a journey, and we need to keep pushing it. And there's so much we need to do in terms of educating businesses and people to take that step, potentially to get them excited about taking that step as well. So what role is the bid and My Canterbury playing right now in terms of the help and support for businesses?
So it's primarily getting the message out about what is open, how we can be helpful to the local community. So it's about, pharmacies and groceries and what food can you have delivered, but also some retail therapy. We just did an email about, how we can't all go out for a meal, but we can have it in. And so just kind of like that date night concept, or maybe even, if you're on your own, not having to cook every meal and order something in. And I know, we're not the only ones. Everyone's seeing more digital engagement. But what usually happens is, we'll monitor our open rate and click-through rate, but we don't usually get a lot of direct email replies. But we're getting a lot of that now, and I think that's just, the community spirit. So we will continue to promote those businesses who can stay open. But we are also working on, very hard on that as we start to lockdown eases and things start to open. What is that tone? What is that message? And then also, this is a whole phased approach across all sectors. When we think about tourism and higher education, because that has a huge impact on our businesses. That is a longer road to recovery, starting with hyper local and then, visiting friends and relatives. But the prep for that needs to happen now. Yeah. So, the digital prep, the video content, the virtual tours, there's still so much more that can be done so that we can still keep in touch with the groups of people who we want eventually to come back to Canterbury and to keep Canterbury front of mind.
Yeah, and what I love also about the stuff you're doing is the webinars, and I think the webinars are so good. Now, if you don't know much about BID, BID also hold quite, or obviously when we weren't locked down, hold loads of networking events. They bring people together in no other way that I see anyone do ever. Like it's incredible the amount of people and how they get together and how lovely some of those conversations are, and being a part of that is. And I think you've managed to carry that over in the way that you also do your webinars and your master classes, which are still ongoing now. You've just moved them virtual. And what I love about it, and it'd be nice for you to go into more detail here, you don't just cover let's say digital. There's so much more to it, like legal, finances, business development. Can you just talk to us a little bit about what you've had it from a webinar point of view and what you've got coming up?
Yeah, I mean, that's been really important for us, not only in terms of getting the training out, and we've made sure we wanted to work with people locally. And I know there are lots of webinars going on at the moment, but we wanted to keep it local because part of the reason for doing that is still networking, that we're all talking to each other. We work together normally, so it's just nice to be able to extend that to the kind of virtual digital space. But we did start out, the first webinar we did once we had to go online was about, okay, what is the business impact of this? What are your immediate thoughts? How can we mobilize and help? And that was really good intelligence. So that was the first one we were talking about. But then we went straight on to business rates, which we'd planned to do anyway, and the kind of working directly with the team at Canterbury City Council. Now I know your audience is wider across Kent, and the different district councils have done things differently, but we just wanted to give our businesses a chance to talk directly to the team who are going to be administering those grants and to try and talk about how that was going to work. But we then did one on the financial climate and how that impacts us as individuals, because we're all sat at home going, right, what about our pensions and savings and on and on and on. So, it's not just the business support, but for us as individuals as well. And we've got one coming up tomorrow morning on video content for social media and online, and that's with Chris Duncan, Spark Productions. But then, with you again on the 18th of May, looking at Google Analytics, because the one you did before on digital content, it kind of, I had my serious concentrated face on, because I had to really concentrate, but lots of fantastic tips, a bit like, the filming tip Jackie gave a few minutes ago, because there are always little things we can pick up on and do better. And we had lots of great feedback about that. So we are definitely going to keep those going and keep them fresh and of the moment, giving businesses the information and tips that they need for right now. No, so those have been great.
I also think sometimes it's hard as well with webinars and these virtual, things that people are doing when they've got a massively big screen shared presentation that they're going into just so much detail. It's so hard to digest. So it's always a bit like what Jack done a minute ago, a bit like what Pip done on the Making the Most Digital Marketing Masterclass. It's always best to myth bust or to sort of highlight the importance of little things, because you've got to start somewhere. You can't walk into a room and expect someone to know all the jargon in a digital marketing dictionary. Like, it's just, it doesn't work like that. And I think that's what's lovely about what happened at come the end of the BID webinar. people were sat there talking, wanting to learn more about Google Analytics, like wanting to jump in deep to it. And it would be really hard to achieve that if we just went in with a mindset of, hey, let's throw the whole digital marketing book at you. It just wouldn't work, would it? So I think that was quite nice.
It was also great because actually on the webinar, people were doing what Pip was suggesting in the moment, and then in the chat saying, "I've just done it." Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like a demo, which again we're doing that on this show as well. In a 90-second tip, we're going to be doing more stuff like that, which I feel is really important. Lisa, we've run out of time. Gutted.
It's been so fun. I can't believe I had to follow that.
Puggy Smalls.
Puggy Smalls. That was so amazing. So amazing. Oh.
That's what we do here. We make dreams come true.
Just very heartwarming.
Every Tuesday and Thursday at midday, we make dreams come true. Lisa, where can people find more stuff out about Canterbury Bid, and can people also jump onto potentially the webinars if they reach out and bits and pieces?
Yep. We're really happy, collaborating across the county, outside of the city centre. Anyone can join, but it's canterburybid.co.uk. So it's all one word, canterburybid.co.uk, and it's all there, and links to social channels, and you can sign up to the webinars coming up, and we look forward to seeing you.
Cheers, Lisa. Thank you. And again, I just want to say publicly, thank you to you and Rachel. Everything you're doing at the moment is amazing. And you guys have always been great with us at Digital Beans as well since we started working together. So thank you so much. Thank you for coming on, Lisa. Take it easy.
Bye.
Bye, Lisa. Thank you. And that was Lisa Carlson from Canterbury Bid. Canterbury Bid is where you can go and check out more information about those webinars. And you can also check out the help that is out there for local businesses too. So please jump on to Canterbury Bid's website to find out more information. Thank you, Lisa. Right, Jack. It's Challenge Jack time.
It's what?
It's Challenge Jack time.
What's that?
Challenge Jack. It's where you've got to do something that isn't going to be very nice. Yeah. So you've smashed an egg on your head. You've eaten a raw onion, and today you're either gonna down pure lemon juice. Oh, that's making me want to hiccup. Like literally, it's giving me acid reflux already.
I made my head where I slapped it just then.
Yeah, I know. Look at that. That wasn't good. Or you've got to eat a raw finger chili, which is up there on the Scoville heat scale. I've had a look on Instagram, and the Instagram people have spoken. Yeah. They've gone for the chili.
They've gone for the chili?
I've looked at Twitter, and the people of Twitter at Digital Beans UK, go give us a follow, have spoken, and they've gone for the lemon juice.
All right. How do we work this out then?
So we go down to the comments on the YouTube live stream.
Right.
And they have gone for the pure lemon juice. So Jack.
Seriously?
Yeah, everyone's gone for lemon juice.
I thought everyone was going to go for the chili, but I guess like eating hot stuff, like that's old hat.
Mate, right? that was so 2018. No, last year was 2019. That was so 2019.
Oh, man versus food.
So is that it? Is that all you're doing?
I know this is a pint glass though, so I know it looks like naff all, but imagine that's about how much concentrate you'd put in if you were pouring a pint of squash, yeah?
Yeah.
And that's just pure lemon juice, no dilute.
Jack,
I mean, look how yellow it is.
If I donate £5 now to a charity, would you drink the lemon juice and eat the chili?
Well, I have to now, don't I?
So what I'll do is I'm going to donate £5 to charity, and I'll because I haven't got it set up now, we'll do it at the start of Thursday's show at midday. Okay, so we'll do that. So what I want you to do, Jack, is I want you to down the lemon juice and then eat that whole chili.
I can't do it the other way around. I think I'd rather wash the chili down.
I'm donating the £5. It's my rules, all right?
Yeah, but all you said was I've got to do both. In order.
Go on, you can do it whichever way you want, mate. I'm not fast. So yeah, no, I'm going to hand it over to you, and you've got to do both. This is brilliant. We should do this more. I should give more money to charity. Right, Jack, your task today, the people have voted. You're downing the lemon juice. You're eating the chili. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, it's building. It's building.
The problem is I don't know if you can go any more red than you currently are.
I know, it's really building. Oh, I've swallowed a bit, now it's throat and mouth.
Right, let's see that lemon juice.
I'm crying.
Oh.
Oh, did I just dribble again?
I think you did. How is that, Jack?
Really nice.
Can you now just quickly, for 30 seconds, just tell people a little bit about your local delivery? Go.
No.
Tell people what they should do if they're on our YouTube channel right now.
Right, Your Local Delivery. It is an online e-commerce platform where any local business can sign up for free and sell their goods, like corner shops, anyone that has products that they
Look
want
at the
to sell.
amount that you're swallowing. I can see the sweat building on your forehead.
Oh.
Are you all right?
I'm all right.
Should we say bye-bye? Do you want to go and have some water and milk and compose yourself?
I might have another lemon, actually.
Right, we need to think of something more vicious for Thursday now, I think. Right, guys, thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Check out Digital Beans on LinkedIn as well. And we will see you all Thursday at midday for... Oh, again, I haven't got the guests ready. What am I playing at?
Ben,
I know,
we've
it's so
got
annoying.
Paul Andrews from Jobs in Kent.
Yes, we have. We've got Paul Andrews on Thursday's show, and we've also got another very, very special guest, and I'm really, really excited about this. We've got Dan Kent-Smith, who's a former member of LinkedIn staff, and he's going to be talking about how businesses can utilize LinkedIn during these times. So yeah, don't miss that. Dan Kent-Smith, former LinkedIn staff, and Paul Andrews from the Biz Bunker and Jobs in Kent on the show on Thursday at midday. We shall see you then. Bye, everyone.
Yeah.
Stay safe. You can stop doing that now, mate. I'm going to press it.
Right.
Yeah, well done.